Hello and welcome to the lake, Lake Monticello, that is. This beautiful community in Palmyra, Virginia, actually has a 350-acre man-made lake that's fed by natural springs. And today, I want to show you what it's like to be lakeside living in Lake Monticello. So here we go. So thanks for stopping by. My name is Pam and I am a local who has grown up in the Charlottesville area. And actually my second home with my husband was here in Lake Monticello. It's a very, very popular area. A lot of people see it as a lot of bang for your buck. But let's face it, if there are certain things that you're looking for, lakeside living, then this might be the community for you. So Lake Monticello is actually a man-made lake. There are actually a couple of lakes here. Actually, one's called a pond, Tufton Pond. But Lake Monticello is over 350 acres. It is a man-made lake. You are allowed to fish and swim, and you are allowed to have boats on the water. Right now it is February, so not a lot of boating going on, not a lot of people hanging out at the beach. As you can see, I'm pretty comfortable, still have my Birkenstocks on and a sweatshirt. It's about 50 degrees today, and again, it's February here. But who would not want to just sit here and look at this in your backyard? This Lake Monticello actually has over 20 miles of waterfront property. For this area, that is huge and that is very big. So we're going to go investigate and see some of the fabulous amenities and things that make Lake Monticello so sought after. So who do we find here at Lake Monticello? Well, honestly, it started as a retirement community, so many years ago. Well over, I think almost, over 60 years ago. It really did. It launched as a second home retirement community for a lot of folks who live up north. It was actually catered to and marketed to a lot of people in New York. And then it didn't grow as fast as they expected, and housing started to become a crunch. So I would say in the 80s, the late 80s, they started actually allowing out, building up, not making it such a restricted area. That opened up a huge market of affordable housing out here. So what you see now, a couple of houses, and I'm going to show you, a couple of these the actual waterfront houses are well over millions of dollars. But the community itself is very much down to earth, and you'll see a lot of 1,200 square foot, simple ranch homes or two-level homes. So we have a lot of variety in the people that you see living here. Retirees, yes, you're definitely going to find those. You're going to see a lot of people who are second, third home. So, maybe in their empty nesters might be another good way to put it. So a lot of folks who they have time and they have the money, and so they like to enjoy lake living. There's a ton of first-time home buyers in this area. Like I said, it's really, now you're not going to be on the waterfront, but you still have access to all of the amenities. So you still have access to all 5 beaches. This is called the main beach, but there are 5 different beaches. There are multiple playgrounds. I can see one of the clubhouses from where I am sitting on the dock. It is actually overlooking their brand new pool, which is a seasonal swimming pool, outdoor swimming pool. There are parks, there are basketball, there's an all access park. So really you see everything from families to young professionals. You see a lot of folks who are second phase in life, say a divorcee or somebody who's lost a spouse. So they just want a smaller home with more affordable living. So you see really the full gamut out here at Lake Monticello. But I want you to see what it is I saw and what I grew up with well, I didn't grow up here. Like I said, this was our second home. So I was well grown up, and actually we had our daughter by then. So I was as adulting as I was going to get. But anyways, come on, let's go see what we can find. Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by and spending time with me. So right now we're driving past the #1 Lake Monticello Community Center, if you want to call it that. Right, we were down below it and down at the beach, and between the beach and the center is actually going to be the swimming pool. I'm going to swing around because up here you're also going to find tennis courts, which seem to be very, very active right now this morning. And then you're also going to find basketball courts set up. So lots and lots of options and amenities. We are heading down. You're going to see one of the mini parks. I actually do remember bringing my daughter when she was just a little poof. My little schnoo is what we called her. And we used to bring her to this park quite often. We actually lived outside the gate, so that is something that is different. This is a very, very large community, and it actually extends within and outside the gate. So what do I mean by inside and outside of the gate? Well, yeah, you got it. It actually is one of the rare gated communities in the Charlottesville area. Charlottesville, and especially out in Palmyra. Palmyra is in the county of Fluvanna. I'm going to turn here because I see there is a house that was for sale. Houses here come and go very, very quickly, but you can see the wide variety and differences in them. So that one right there was for sale. It's under contract. Right now, currently, as of today, there are 15 active homes for sale. Ooh, here's another one in Lake Monticello. So when I say in Lake Monticello, again, I mean the entire community, not just within the gated area of the community. So a total of 15 are currently on the market. Those range from $279,000. That one right there is for sale. They range from $279,000 currently all the way up to $650,000. So I'm going to turn around down here so we can actually go down to one of my favorite places, one of the amenities, which is the marina. The marina. So the age of homes, you're going to see, we're back on the waterfront, you can see it snakes in and out because there are a ton of coves that are waterfront access. So the community actually started in the 60s, and honestly, it is still growing and still has some new construction going on. No mass new construction. The new construction going on now is really one-offs. Uh, People have either bought a lot and never moved here, never developed it, so it's being sold now and developed, or maybe it's just been passed down. Okay, so we've seen some beautiful shots, we've done some driving, but let's talk about the community itself. So for one, Lake Monticello is a rare gated community, which means you either need to come in through the front gate, which is manned 24/7, or you have to have a barcode to enter in through one of the alternative gates. Are you allowed to have guests? Absolutely. You do have to call them in and have them registered. Now, are your guests allowed to use the amenities? Not without you. The amenities that are available to folks who do not live in Lake Monticello: golf, you can buy a membership, and the restaurant you can use. And I don't think the swimming pool you can buy a membership, but those are the ones that I remember. Currently, when I pulled up Lake Monticello homes, they had 15 currently on the market. Now remember, that this is a huge community, so 15 is not that many, and they come on and go off very, very quickly because they're considered a lot of bang for the buck. You can still find homes in the upper 200s, lower 300s. Actually, the range for the 15 homes I pulled up today was between 279,000, and the upper range, the upper house, was 650,000. Big difference, big range. The other thing is the age of the homes here is quite varied. Remember, I said this all started in the 1960s. So you have everything from a 1960s chalet to a 2024 colonial. So you're going to have that wide variety, and also that also can lead to the cost, if they're updated, if they're not updated. All of that will feed into the price. But overview is it's considered one of the more affordable areas, and with these kind of amenities, yeah, I can see why. Okay, so one of the things we were talking about is there still new construction going on at the lake? And the answer is yes. So right behind me is a prime example of why so many people want to look and come out to the lake. So the house behind me, we're talking the dust is still settling. I don't even think that they are officially finished because there's some debris in the yard and things like that. But this is new construction. This is going to be one of the quantity builders. So I would just like to make sure that you keep that in mind. A quantity builder, you're not going to have a lot of leeway as far as picking selections, things like that, and probably not a whole lot of say-so in timeline, or you may get to choose some colors, but not a whole lot. So this is a new construction, and it is actually $315,000. So overall, that's a really, really good value. This is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath with a vinyl exterior. But I do like the way that they alternated the different kind of vinyl so that it looks a little more rich. It is 1,400 square feet. And typically out here at the lake, you see homes in the 1,200 to 3,400 range. So this, again, very, very typical, coming in at 1,400 square feet. This lot, I'm going to show you the lot. So this lot is actually a couple things about it. So you actually are not going to go to the street, but on the other side of the street, you see one of the main not even main, one of the alternative gates that you can come in and out of the lake at. And that's actually called the Turkey Sag Gate. And a lot of the amenities are actually up over behind, Food Lion, gas stations, things like that. Okay, back to our house here. So it's $315,000. This lot is about, and it goes down, you see the green thing, and you see the lot markings right down there. This lot is about 0.34, so just at about a third of an acre. You do see though that it slopes. There's my car. So there's looks to be some other construction going on up there. HOA. HOA is mandatory out here, and the HOA runs about $1,300 a year. So about $1,300 a year. So I'm going to pan around so you can see some of the other neighborhood, but it's also a great example of who lives here. And that is, you can see that there's somebody that works for the police station. So a large variety. This would be a super convenient location because you are right next to the gate. So HOA is $1,300 annually, but as a heads up, again, coming back to that new construction, when you buy it, whether it's new construction or a resale, when you purchase, the buyer has an extra $855 transfer fee. So again, $1,300 a year. And I believe traditionally they break that up into quarters. And then when you close on the house, it is $855 to get a computer with your name, well, to get a computer file with your name on it. Now we're going to see some of the amenities. Let's go. So we just drove by a waterfront undeveloped lot. So they do still exist. And so you still can create your waterfront living and living at the lake dreams. Obviously waterfront living. And again, they have over 20 miles of waterfront. So, you know, there's a lot of options for that, but it's going to up your price considerably if you have direct water access. Now, for those, I know things are different all over the country, but if you build your own dock or if you buy a house that has a dock, there's no additional fees for that. So if you own the lot and then you put, or even a hoist, a boat hoist in or out, a dock, anything like that, there's no additional fees except for obviously your building permits and the approval from the landscape and living committee, whatever they call it here. So that is a big thing because I know some places there are. Waterfront homes in themselves actually do come on. I've shown a couple in the past couple of years, and most of those have been in need of a lot of love. But even in those conditions, because they are right there on the waterfront, there's actually a premium, and those houses run normally going upwards. They start at about $700,000 and they go upwards to a couple of $1 million. So options. As we've driven through, you've seen the houses from 1,200 square feet to ones that obviously look like McMansions. So all of those are available. So same thing on the waterfront, on the lakefront, you're going to have those options because the houses, again, go from 1960 up to 2024. So a waterfront house last year, the last one that actually sold was last June. So June 2023. And it was about, if I remember correctly, it was about 2,600 square feet. It did need some love, but it actually sold for $700,000. So that was no dock, no boat lift, no anything like that, just the house and obviously the acreage. That lot, I want to say, was also about a third of an acre. So options, options, options. Okay, so we are standing outside probably one of the biggest draws for Lake Monticello, and that is an 18-hole golf course. But what other amenities? If you're not a golfer, that's okay. This is actually an additional fee. So you don't have to pay for other people playing. You don't have to pay for other people playing golf, but it is, a lot of people do consider that an advantage. The golf is also available to folks that do not live here, so that you can buy a golf membership. So you can see really, really active this morning. It's just a really beautiful area. Okay, so what else for amenities are there? Well, we've talked and we've seen the beaches. There are 5 different beaches available. They're spread throughout because, again, with that large of a lake, you can have access at the different places. So 5 beaches. There's a seasonal swimming pool. That also is an additional fee. So if you move here, like if I moved here, I'm probably not going to want to use the pool too much. I am more than happy to lay out on the beach, go swimming in the lake. So I don't need that added expense. So the beaches are included. The pool, the golf is not. Some of the other great amenities, we saw the Bunker Hill recreational area that has the soccer field, the baseball field, the playground. There is also, we saw the tennis. There's also a marina on site as we went by there. And what are some of the other things? Oh, there are 2 clubhouses on site. One of the clubhouses actually has a restaurant in it. That too, the restaurant is also available for people who do not live in Lake Monticello or live in Lake Monticello community. Because even if you live outside the gate, all of the amenities are available to you. So lots and lots of amenities. That's a big reason. We get a ton of people coming from amenity-rich communities, but they want, and you can hear the birds, they want the green, they want the lower key. So yeah, so this is the amenities, and I am going to scooch out because there's a lot of golfers coming in. So there you go. Thanks for joining me today and learning about all that Lake Monticello has to offer, and whether or not maybe lakeside living in Charlottesville is right for you. Well, not in Charlottesville. We are officially, this is Palmyra, which is in Fluvanna. That's on the outskirts of Albemarle County. So again, we're a little bit out of Charlottesville, but with all of these amenities and all of this beauty, maybe this is a right fit for you. Lake Monticello is huge. You want somebody working on your behalf. You want to know which quantity builders are good and which quality builders are the best. And I'm here to help you with that. Drop me an email, shoot me a text, give me a call. Oh, and make sure that you hit that thumbs up button down below, because I am always interested to know that people are actually watching. The other thing, drop me a comment. I want to know how I can help you. I want to give you the information that you need to look at living in Charlottesville. Until next time, ta-ta!